If you'll allow me, please. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Yes, it will. Thank you, Sam Cooke. Thank you, Sam Cooke, the legend, for those beautiful lyrics. The actual meaning of that song is a lot more profound than the topic we're going to discuss today. But you know what? That song is the first thing that came to my mind when I heard the news that Joao Garcia is set to become a new Barca player in the coming days. I could not be happier, bro. I even got a new look because a change is coming to Barca and a change came to my face. I have a goatee now. I look like a manager at an enterprise rent-a-car. I get it. But you know what, bro? It was time to change. It's time to leave the past behind and get a new look and just feel free, bro. I feel so free right now. Everybody should feel free. Tell me I'm not the happy. Are you guys not as happy as I am right now? Everybody should be as happy as I am right now. Because if you're not happy with the news that came out, then you're not a real Barca fan, bro. You're not a real Barca fan. Oh my God. A new goalkeeper in the 25-26 season. This is what we've been asking for so long. By the way, at the end of this video, I forgot to mention, I'm going to have a huge announcement. So if you want to stay tuned for that, then you're more than welcome to. Of course, if you don't want to stay tuned for that, then you're probably just going to click off the video. So I'm not even talking to you. But anyway, I have to get that in there. Enough about the announcement. That's not important right now. What is important right now is that Barca, for the first time ever, have a good, young, fucking amazing goalkeeper. When was the last time we could say that as Barca fans? When was the last time we could say that as Barca fans? We have one of the best keepers in the world. Joao Garcia was so good last year. He was so good. He was one of the best keepers in the world, one of the best keepers in La Liga, or the best goalkeeper in La Liga according to the stats. I understand Courtois. I still think Courtois is better, but still, bro, I'm super happy. I am so happy that Joao Garcia is coming to Barca. Like, you guys don't understand how thrilled I am. I was going to wait for the here we go, but Fabrizio Romano already said it's done, so I'm not going to wait for the here we go because the here we go is going to come once the release clause is paid. So that's going to happen next week, but he already said yes. He told his inner circle he's coming to Barca, so we have to make this video. You guys have been waiting for this video, and I've been waiting to make it, bro. I've been itching to make this video, but I want it to be confirmed. You know what I mean? So now it's basically confirmed, and we can talk about this. Yeah, bro. It's just for Ter Stegen was a great servant to the club. Okay, I'm not going to spend this whole video shitting on Ter Stegen because he's taken his beating these past couple weeks. There was a whole hashtag on Twitter saying Ter Stegen out. Okay, he's probably not going through the best time mentally right now, and I appreciate that. Okay, because these are human beings, and I understand that. Okay, so I'm not here to shit on the guy, but I haven't felt comfortable with Ter Stegen in between the posts for the past 5 years. And I understand he had that good season under Xavi when Barca won the league. In the league only, by the way. In the UCL, he was still trash. But in the league, he had a really good league campaign. That's cool, bro. That's the anomaly. He's not been that good for a long time, bro. And now we have a guy that's coming in that, I mean, we were never going to win the UCL again with Ter Stegen. And to be quite frank with you guys, we were never going to win the UCL with Szczesny. I love Szczesny, man. I think he was so good for Barca last season. We needed Szczesny. Okay? We needed Szczesny because he was better than Iñaki Peña, in my opinion. But we were not going to win the UCL with Szczesny because we saw he had that one good game against Inter against Benfica in the round of 16 in the first. Like, he had one of the best games of the whole tournament by any player, in my opinion. That fucking game against Inter at the Stadio Luz was insane. But he conceded 7 goals in 2 games against Inter, bro. We were never going to win the UCL with Szczesny. It was just not going to happen. With Joan Garcia, you can actually feel like you're going to win the UCL. And I'll remind you guys, man, look at the past 10 UCL winners or 15 UCL winners. They've had great goalkeepers. Going back to 2010, Inter, it was Julio Cesar. 2011, Barcelona, it was Victor Valdés when he was still really good. 2012, it was obviously Chelsea with Petr Cech. 2013, it was Bayern Munich with Manuel Neuer. 2014, it was Real Madrid with Iker Casillas. 2015, it was Barca with Ter Stegen, who was actually good and younger. 2016, 17, and 18, of course, Keylor Navas. 2019, Alisson. 2020, Neuer. 2021, Mendy, when he was still class, when Mendy was looked at as one of the best keepers in the world with Chelsea under Tuchel. 22, it was Courtois. 23, it was Ederson. And 24, it was Courtois, and this year is Donnarumma. I mean, you see those names, bro. You need a good goalkeeper to win the UCL, and Barca kind of have that now. So we should all be so thrilled. Like, this is something, and apparently Flick was pivotal in signing this guy, which it doesn't surprise me at all. Hansi Flick is he's a phenom, bro. He was pivotal in making Eddie Garcia stay for the whole year. He was pivotal, and not for the whole year, for staying in the winter time when he wanted to leave. He was pivotal in Rafinha staying. He was pivotal with all these guys. I mean, this guy has that German riz, that German beautiful riz, and he actually uses it for good, unlike that other guy that was not German, but Austrian had riz, you know what I mean? Like his own kind of riz. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, kind of a shitty joke there, I understand. Like, I don't want to bring that guy up, but, I mean, you guys are, like, whatever. I said it now, I'm not going to cut it out. Hansi Flick has that riz, is my point. He has that riz. And he's using it to just help this club immensely, man. And he's using it to help this club immensely. So I could not be more thrilled that Joao Garcia is going to be a Barca player. Again, we should all be so happy about this, bro. We should all be so incredibly excited about this. Oh, wow. I didn't just bust, by the way. That sounded like I just fucking blew a nut. I did not, but I want to talk about Ter Stegen also because Ter Stegen, he's, like I said, he's been a great servant to the club for the past 10 years. I understand that a lot of Barca fans are really, really like tight with Ter Stegen. They love him, and they feel bad about the way that this whole situation is playing out. And part of me feels bad for Ter Stegen because that whole hashtag of Ter Stegen out, it can't be easy seeing shit like that. You know, it's also being reported that he's not hearing anything directly from the club. He's hearing everything through the media, which I hate to see because this guy, again, whether you like him or not, he's been at the club for so long. He's, in my opinion, a Barca legend. The least you could do is communicate with him one-on-one. Joan Laporta should not be talking through the media to get to Ter Stegen. He should just be telling Ter Stegen what he wants to tell him. I don't understand why Joan Laporta continues to do this, because if you remember, he did the same thing last year with Xavi. If you guys remember the reports last year, Xavi was not hearing anything about his future. When that whole thing with Xavi was going on, with like, is he staying, is he going? He was hearing all the reports through the media, not even through, like, he was hearing, like, everything he was hearing was through the media and even through the club. And Joan Laporta is doing the same thing this time around with Ter Stegen once again. So I hate that because I wish the club treated their legends better. But in football, bro, sometimes it ends ugly. It doesn't matter how good you are of a player for that club. Bro, as Barca fans, let's be completely honest here, man. A bunch of Barca fans are bitching and crying about the way that it's ending with Ter Stegen. Do you guys remember the way that it ended with Messi, our greatest ever player? Do you guys remember that? That ended a lot worse than with fucking Ter Stegen. We owed him a lot more than Ter Stegen. We owed Messi a lot more. It's not even fucking close. We owed Messi. Messi should have ownership of the club because of what he did for Barca. Ter Stegen doesn't have that type of influence at Barcelona. Do you guys remember the way that it ended with Xavi as a coach? It didn't end well with Xavi as a coach. And again, Xavi as a coach wasn't perfect, but he had that legacy as a player as well that you couldn't, like, we shouldn't have kicked Xavi out the way that we did. Or not we, the club shouldn't have done it, but they did it anyway. Do you guys remember the way that to bring in another club now, Casillas left Madrid? It wasn't pretty the way Casillas left Madrid. He was a much better goalkeeper for Madrid than Ter Stegen was for Barca. And it didn't end well pretty for him at Madrid either. Sometimes, bro, it ends ugly for clubs and players. It's just the way it is. It's the way that football works. Ter Stegen is not immune to that. Okay, he's not owed a special treatment because he won the UCL for Barca 10 years ago and he got a fucking hair transplant when he was at Barca. Okay, it doesn't work like that. It's done. He's leaving, and whether he's going to stay, I hope he leaves the club for good, but he's probably not going to leave. And people are like, oh, Ter Stegen should just like be honest and he should have some dignity and leave. No, because look, here's the thing. A lot of times in life, and this is something that I came to understand later on in my life, and again, I always preface my comments by saying this, I'm not old enough, nor qualified enough, or experienced enough in life to give advice. I'm a 23-year-old, not a kid, I'm a man, but I'm a 23-year-old guy who's fucked up a lot and has a lot of life to live. So I don't want people to think that I'm out here trying to give advice, because a lot of these kids on social media think that because they make money, I'm not rich, by the way, but they think because they're rich, they're entitled to give advice to people. That's not me. But again, I want to just say this. A lot of times in life, we think that we ask the wrong people for things, and when they don't deliver on those things, we get mad at them. Have you ever gone to a restaurant with somebody and they're asking the busboy for details of the menu? They're asking the busboy, the guy whose whole job is to clean up the plates and pass out silverware and fill up the water. They're asking him for things about things about what's on the menu. Oh, what's on the burger? And he's like, oh, I don't know what's on the burger. And the person's like, oh, why don't you know what's on the burger? You work here, don't you? And he's like, yeah, but that's not my job. So you're getting mad at the busboy for not knowing what's on the menu. But again, it's not his job to know what's on the menu. His job is to fucking fill up the water. And by the way, the burger at every restaurant is fucking the same. It's every burger's the same. I've never been to a restaurant that has this crazy different burger. It's all the same shit. It's all a combination of something. It's all a variation of something. It's a bun or two buns and a patty. Okay, and it's gonna have lettuce and onion and tomato and bacon and cheese and some sort of cheese, whether it's Swiss or provolone or cheddar or fucking Parmesan. I'm not Parmesan, but any type of cheese that's gonna come with a side. So why are you asking about what's on the burger? You should know what's on the burger. You don't need the busboy to tell you what's on the fucking burger. But anyway, that's besides the point. My point is, we can't be asking Ter Stegen to like, oh, give up your job and have some dignity and leave the club. He's not gonna do that shit. He's gonna be he still thinks he can be the starter for one of the biggest clubs in football. He's making great money, making amazing money, and he has been for a long time. So why the fuck would he just, oh yeah, you know what, guys, I'm sorry, you guys don't want me here, I'm gonna leave. No, he's never gonna do that. The club has to sell him. Sorry, I had to burp. The club has to sell him because I want Szczesny to be our backup next season. Iñaki Peña has to go because he's not going to get playing time at Barca. And to be honest with you, man, he deserves better than what he's getting at Barca. He was actually kind of good in my opinion when Ter Stegen first went down. And, you know, Barca just kind of threw him away. He was like that penguin on Toy Story. They left him on the shelf to basically collect dust. So Iñaki Peña should be leaving as well. He should be leaving. Ter Stegen should be leaving. It's enough, man. I have very little sympathy for Ter Stegen. He outstayed his welcome at Barcelona. That's a fact of the matter. He outstayed his welcome. he has not been good for a long time now. In the biggest games, this guy always lets us down. In the biggest games. I've watched basically every minute he's played for Barcelona. I've missed maybe a couple games since Ter Stegen became the starter. In 2015, when he was obviously the starter in that UCL run, but then in 2016, he became the permanent starter. I think I've missed 3 games that Ter Stegen has started for Barca, honestly. He's good in a meaningless game against, I don't know, Leganés in match week 15. He's great, bro. He looks like prime Neuer out there. But in the biggest moments, I've seen all the collapses, and he has his fingerprints all over them. He has his fingerprints all over them. Whether it's Rome, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Bayern Munich in the 8-2 where he was fucking ass again. That Barca team was never going to win anyway, but we should not have conceded 8 goals on that day. And that defense was atrocious too, again. I'm not trying to say that the biggest issue, Ter Stegen has been the biggest issue with Barca for the past 6 years. He's not the reason why we haven't won the UCL since that game in Berlin, because there's been a lot of issues at the club, whether it's from the higher-ups with Joan Laporta, or that whole thing with Bartomeu and that scumbag that he was and the shitty president that he was, or the back line not being up to par, the squad getting old and not replacing the players in time. There's been a lot of things that have contributed. Fuck me, I'm sorry about that. That have contributed to Barca not being where, in the position that we wanted them to be in Europe for the past 10 years. But you know what, man? The thing about a club is that they're able to recognize those problems and make changes to fix it. And Ter Stegen was one of the problems. He was not the problem, but he was one of the problems. And now Barca is fixing it. And also, man, you got to look at Real Madrid because they're our biggest rivals, and they're getting stronger. They're bringing in Xabi Alonso. They fired Ancelotti. They brought in Xabi Alonso. They're bringing in. They brought in Trent already. They're going out and signing a bunch of players. Masantuono from River Plate. They're looking to bring him in. They're probably going to bring in Angel Stiller. They're going to revamp. They're going to strengthen that squad. And again, we can't just sit still and not make any signings. We have to bring somebody in. And one of our biggest positions of need was the goalkeeper position. It was the goalkeeper position. And now we finally changed it, bro. We actually made a proactive change, and now we can look at next season and be like, you know what? We're confident with the keeper that we have. Now, he might end up like Onana. Remember when Onana left Inter and went to Man United? He was looked at as one of the best keepers in the world, and he's been shit ever since. I don't think Joao Garcia is going to be like that. Because Joao Garcia is so good, man. That Espanyol backline was so bad, bro. It was so bad last year, and he basically kept them afloat. He saved them from relegation. They were lifting him up like he was he was Alexander the Great. Like when the season ended, bro, they were like carrying him out the stadium. They know he saved their season. So again, every Barca fan should be so happy right now. I know I'm happy. I'm not here to pile on Ter Stegen. Maybe I did, and I understand a lot of Barca fans love him. And I might get hate on this video because a lot of Barca fans are gonna be like, "Oh, you're ungrateful." I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a shit. And again, I don't resent Ter Stegen for not leaving. I don't resent Ter Stegen for not leaving. Because it's not his job to say, you know what, I'm out of here. But it's Barca's job to make sure that he leaves. It's Barca's job to make sure that he leaves. So, that's it. My announcement now. Because we talked about Ter Stegen. Now I have to make a huge announcement. As you guys know, if you see my videos over the past couple of days, I've been sporting some shirts. I don't have it on right now because it's in the wash, but I've been sporting some shirts that have some cool Barca designs on them. Whether it's Ferran Torres, I actually have them right here next to me. Some of these are not in the wash because I got the order already. We have it in black. We have the Ferran Torres and the Shark Twin design. We have it in white as well. Here you go. You can see it in white. I've worn that before. And we have it also in the Pedri Potter shirt in black. I'll show you guys this right now. There you go. It's Pedri Potter. That's him right there with the ball and the glasses and the scar and everything. And we have obviously the lettering. That is my brand. I'm not going to call it merch because it's not merch. It's my brand. The brand is called The Final Thread. You guys get it like The Final Third, but The Final Thread. It's a football brand that consists of funny football designs. Okay, I'm not a streetwear brand. I'm not Supreme. I'm not trying to be this edgy, cool brand. Okay, I'm just subtly... I make cool designs that I think are funny. These are all made up by me, by the way, and designed by me. Nobody's doing this shit for me, okay? And I basically get them done, and I put them on a shirt or I put them on a hat, which I'm getting soon, and I show it to you guys, and you guys hopefully, if you want it, you can buy it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to promote it all the time on here. I'm going to promote it basically once a video, but it's going to be like short. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm doing a whole ad read for it, because a lot of you guys are not here for that shit, and I get that. I appreciate that. So I'm not going to be an annoying fucker about it, but I don't really take sponsors on this channel. I don't like doing that. It's not my thing. So this is my thing. I like doing this. This is something that I've always wanted to start, and that I'm super happy it's materialized into something, and I know that I have you guys that some of you guys are going to support. Some of you guys understand if you can't support. But, the brand, the shirts are 100% amazing quality, 100% cotton, made here in the States, because I support and I love ethical labor. That's something that's really important to me. If it's not important to you, that's fine. But to me, it's very important. So I want my clothes to be made by people who are getting paid a good wage and a living wage, and they're in healthy conditions to make these shirts. And that's what I made sure I did. So they're made here in the United States, actually. So that's obviously very important to me. So yeah, I'm super hyped about this brand. If you guys want to, it's not live yet because, you know, I didn't realize how many steps it took to create a fucking company. There's a lot of things that you have to do, so I still have to sort some things out, you know, dot some I's and cross some T's. So it's not 100% live yet, but it will be live soon. If you guys want to be notified when we launch, I will leave a link to the website in the description. You can leave your email or your text or your phone number, and it will let you know when we're launching. So if you guys want to obviously be notified, you can obviously sign up down below. I'm going to leave the link. One of the first link in the description will be the website. You guys can check it out. Again, I understand not everybody can afford a shirt, not everybody wants to buy a shirt. Maybe people think that these designs are corny. By the way, the whole point of the brand is for it to be corny. Like I said, I'm not looking to be the next streetwear edgy clothing brand with like a guy smoking a cigarette and being all mysterious. It's funny football shirts, bro. I rock the shirt. I wore this shit to the gym. I was getting Barca fans, you know, because my gym has a good amount of football fans that were like, whoa, bro, that shirt is funny. That's what I want. I want to create a community around these shirts. So the same way I've created a community around this channel. We're not just going to do Barca shirts, by the way. I've started with Barca shirts, but eventually I want to make shirts about every team. You know, I want to make something with Mbappe and a fucking, I don't know, like something. I want to make something with Bukayo Saka. I just want to make shirts for every team. I want to make funny, creative football cartoon shirts for every team. I'm very passionate about it. Hopefully that passion you guys can feel it through the screen. And if you can't, then I don't know. I'm just passionate about it. So again, if you guys want to sign up, you're more than welcome to in the description down below. And I love every single one of you guys. Let me know your thoughts about the whole Ter Stegen situation in the comments down below. And I love you all. And yeah, man, super happy about this. Super happy that we hit 20K. I appreciate you guys so much for 20K. I honestly cannot be more grateful for every single one of you, man. It's honestly surreal to me. And I'm just super blessed to have, in my opinion, the greatest viewers on YouTube, the greatest community on YouTube. It's great. So thank you guys so much for the support. Never take it for granted. Never will take it for granted. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.